What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the Forspoken demo. I promised that I was going to A, play it, and then B, do some sort of demo review. And so keep in mind, I'm reviewing a demo. I don't think I've ever actually reviewed a demo before, so I don't know how much stock you put into demos or things like that. But overall, it was okay. It was an okay thing. I would say a couple different things, some positive, some negative. It is extremely short. With that being said, caveat there, it's short if you do the objectives. So they give you 5 objectives, 5 markers basically in the world. You go out, you do the things that those objectives are for, and then you fight one kind of like boss enemy. It kind of looks like a Dreki from God of War, those like alligator looking things. That's what it looks like, and it was pretty fun to fight. So you do basically 6 things in all, and then it kicks you out of the game. It says, you know, you're finished. So if I were you, and I also did a little of this, but not a lot, you can go out though and do other, like there's opportunities to take pictures. You can go around, and I think there's 49 picture locations throughout the game. Obviously, you're not going to do all of them in a demo, but you can do some. You can fight enemies just like on the road, right? You can just do that. So there are some side things like chests to open if you just kind of explore. You don't have to do the 5 objectives in a row like immediately. You can go out and have some fun. I played it for about 35 minutes, and you know, in that time I did the objectives and did other things, and again, the game kicked me out. And I'm not actually mad about that, all things considered, because ultimately the game, I would say this, and this is maybe not the greatest case scenario for the game, but maybe also it is. It didn't really move the needle at all for me. In fact, it kind of solidified in my own hands now, right? Because you have the controller, that it's kind of the game I thought it was. The gameplay carries. I actually really like the gameplay. It takes a little bit to get used to, but I do think it's pretty easy in terms of swapping. There's like a quick way of doing it, like left and right on your D-pad, and it swaps 2 different kind of styles. In fact, I think it's 2 different magic groups, and it's fun. I mean, I think there were some really cool attacks. I enjoyed beating up enemies. I enjoyed experimenting and seeing what the different attacks do. I think they look really cool. To that Dreki-like monster at the end, I created a freaking ring of fire, which was awesome. I assume that is the comparable to like the water, like the Dumbledore in Harry Potter, how they, you know, you can make the water thing that Forspoken has. I assume those are big elemental attacks. Maybe not, but I really enjoyed it. When I wasn't fighting though, I don't know how well this game is going to hold up. I don't think her voice acting, right, the main character, is spectacular. I thought it was kind of average, and what you hear from the demo, that's fine, as long as it's not like super bad throughout the entire game. I'm okay with that. There is no story, so I can't read into that whatsoever either. But then in terms of how it moves, the game does not move how I thought it was going to. I'll tell you that right now. In terms of how you control her and her, I'd say, quick stops, like being able to pivot and turn around and you know, just those kind of things, it is heavier / clunkier than I thought. And what I mean by that is she has like a lot of momentum going, and then if you stop, it's hard for the game to actually do that. It's more like maybe a hockey player, like you're moving and you kind of have to turn a little bit. It's hard to describe, but it does feel clunky where she did not go specific directions I wanted her to go. So if she's going straight and you need to make like a quick turn, the game does not know how to handle like 90-degree turns and stuff like that. So it's hard for the game to do it. I did not expect that. I've always seen from the gameplay, and of course, you know, they're going to make it look good. And this is I would say, arguably an issue. They've always made it look very seamless. She moves very seamlessly. Now, I do like her running, right? So she runs, and then if you hit circle, she does like her kind of parkour phase thing, and it's limited. You can't do it forever. You have to kind of recoup it. I like that. But again, I like it, but also it's very hard to be very specific in where you want her to go with that, because again, the game has trouble doing like twists and turns. And those are the minute-to-minute things, right? Like fighting, definitely good, and you're going to probably be doing a lot of fighting in this game, but turning and movements, you imagine you're going to do it. Also, the parkouring, like when you go up a hill or, you know, it's actually not as, again, easy, or they don't let you do it how I thought they were gonna let you do it. Now maybe that's a me problem, right? But like I fell off a cliff, like a huge mountain, and I thought I could just run up it. Like, could she go literally straight up for a good amount, right? And the answer is no. at least at this part of the game. And she can't like grapple or anything, which we do know is in the game. It's not in the demo. So that should help, right? Because I fell and then I wanted to climb up. She can't climb as high as I wanted her to, right? She could climb maybe like 10% of what I wanted her to, and then she falls down. But again, I assume as the game goes, you're going to be able to climb better, and also you're going to have those kind of grapple locations to help you get from point A to point B a little bit more, again, seamlessly. Once that's fixed, I think it should be okay, because I think the combat is very good. I think the movement is not. But it's not maybe because she's weak in the demo, like she's not fully powered. So once she is, and once that the abilities are upgraded and stuff, I feel like that'll be okay. The rest, can't really judge. I can't really judge her character off of like 30 sentences that I heard her say. Probably less, right? Not going to judge that. Story, there was none. Can't judge it, right? So there are still some, and that's why I say like it doesn't move the needle, because I thought the gameplay was going to be the thing for this game. It is. Doesn't change anything. I thought the other stuff would maybe be weaker. It is in the bubble that we live in, and you can't really judge anything beyond it. So what are you supposed to say, right? At the end of the day, I will say this final thing. I said this I think maybe a few days ago when the rumor was that they were gonna do a demo. I applaud them. Like I think it's a really cool thing. I know Square Enix does demos probably more than any other publisher on the planet, but it is good of them, and they deserve respect, right? Because this demo may actually turn people off the game. You know what I mean? Some people may play this demo and say, oh, thank God I played this, because I'm not going to get the game. Or maybe some people are going to say, hey, this is kind of cool, like maybe I'll check it out. It's a risk reward, but it does deserve respect because they're putting it out into the world, and you're going to lose people and you may also gain people, but it may not be an equal thing, right? You may gain more than you lose, you may lose more than you gain. So ultimately, try it out if you have a PS5. I mean, it's going to take you 30 gigabytes. It is a monster. I mean, that, like Call of Duty is like 99 gigabytes, so it's not ginormous. But for 30 minutes, but again, it's not 30 minutes, so you know what I mean? It's again, it's kind of tough. 30 gigs for about 35 minutes of gameplay. But again, that was my fault. I should have done more before I did the objectives. But the game doesn't tell you that, so maybe it's like a 50-50 split of blame. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I'll see you all on the next one.